Hello everyone, and oops, I picked the wrong screen. Hey, and welcome back. This is the new Byte podcast, two-player mode today. With me, as always, Dan. Thank you so much for coming around. How are you doing, man?
I am doing alright.
Cool.
How are you?
I'm alright as well. Had a good Wednesday so far. It was the only, sunny day today, and I spent it all inside. Well, except that I had to go out and buy some groceries and all that shit, so yeah, okay. Yeah, working from home sometimes is a blessing, and today was one of these days where I could just say, forget about it, I don't want to be sweaty and walk to work and go back to work with all the other people, so I just stayed inside. This was nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, today, sadly not with us, is Emily, and we kindly want to apologize that she's not here. She excuses herself because she wants to take some time off. She'll also be on some vacation anyway, in I think Spain it was, in a country, in a city that I can't pronounce properly. So yeah, she's got to do and figure out some stuff on her own, and of course we accept that and kindly wish her best for all the stuff that's happening around right now. Same thing as we did when Dan needed his time off. So we kindly miss you a lot, Emily, and I hope we'll see you again very soon, especially after last week. And I guess let's just jump right into the things that we want to talk about, because, hey, I've been to Reading last week.
Yes!
Finally.
Just came over. He was here. He was alive.
I was alive and in color, and I was actually a little sad that we didn't get to do like a live version of the podcast with all three of us in one room. But what we did instead, I personally think at least, is a little better, because we did a proper video together, and that was the British Candy Taste Test, which I will put up on screen quite soon, as fast as I can. It's the one thing that I have not prepared for this show, but since it's right now our very best video, I think, even with the ones that we already had with E3 and all that, which some of them really went off, which is nice. It's amazing to see how well this original content does. Yeah, and I wasn't really thinking about that. It was Wednesday afternoon when I landed. We just went to our hotel room. We were thinking, okay, what do we want to do? We knew we wanted to see some movies in the theater and all that. And so it all just came down to be hey, how about we just buy some groceries, like a little water or something for me, so I'm not drying out in the hotel room. And while we've been there at Sainsbury's, not a sponsor, we've actually just been there and said, let's get some sweets and all that. And I, of course, being the person that I am, was thinking, why not do the classic video of person X from a different country tries out and candy. And again, the thing is not working. Why is the window not properly connected?
Yeah, oh well. It was
there it is.
It was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun.
So all the people can see right now live on stream where all the three of us are together in one room. Nice. Lovely time. Really looking forward to the next time in around 9 weeks, when there's Gamescom and you two are going to Germany and stay at my place.
Yes, we will be coming over. We will be saying hi. I actually really liked the way that you got together the video. There was so many tiny meme moments that I really liked. It was the zoomed in and stuff. Yeah,
definitely.
But
I was really trying that. Okay, this is 70 minutes of raw footage. What can I do? It's just one stationary cam. How can I make this interesting a little bit at least? So I was thinking, okay, maybe I can just zoom in a little bit there and there. And people, all three of us were just pulling faces at one point at a time, and it's just so hilarious to just focus on that. They were hoping we wouldn't see this, or I wouldn't see this when editing, but I did.
I think one of my favorite parts was when you were talking about the caramel buttons, and you added in that little scene that was I have 1,000 taste buds.
Just gonna warm it up, bring it on a tongue, straight to 10.
Good stuff.
Really good.
How'd you find? Because you went around London, didn't you?
I did. On Thursday we went around and all the things, and so there's actually a second video coming from the whole trip, at least another one, because I've been recording quite a lot of clips and all that. Yeah. I don't know how to prepare that for now. It's like a cook with a lot of stuff in front of him that he's thinking, what meal should I create out of this? So definitely there will be something coming from the rest of my journey, like a journey vlog, for example. You've been recording a little bit. Emily was recording a whole lot of time, and Yeah, I'll definitely try something with it. Maybe something like Casey Neistat style with some fast forward with time lapse and all that. So, gotta see it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
definitely.
things to do. Yeah, so I liked it a lot. We've been there from, I think, early noon until the evening, and got to rather see all the cool places like for Snot and I, the Big Man Tower, of course, which is now in restoration right now, so I can't see it properly. We've been to Buckingham Palace, of course, did some meme stuff there. On Instagram, we also posted a video where I tried to open up one of these Starburst thingies, which is just really hard to open. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Give me that.
I think in the video I was like, because I was holding a microphone and I was doing it really, really badly.
Yeah.
I was trying to open one. I was like, ah.
Oh yeah. So definitely look out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're past the 50. I think we're like 58 right now. I'm really looking forward to how many more people like our stuff and will join us on the journey as long as we can do and all that. So really looking forward for the next thing in Germany as well.
Yeah, we got to think of something to do when we reach 100. Gotta have a goal.
I don't know.
Set that.
Oh, that doesn't look.
What is going on there?
I just go put it on. Too much forehead. Just keep it here. Just keeping it. Yeah, that's also a possibility. Oh damn.
Yeah. So, what games have you played this week, Cast Test?
Playing two things actually, because there's another thing. When I was in Reading, I went to a CEX. For those people who don't know that, it's basically just like GameStop does. At least in Germany here, they also buy a lot of used games and you can rebuy them. And there I went and just bought like 20 games, 20 retro games from Xbox 360, PlayStation 2 era. And these 20 games just cost me around 47 euros at all. So it was like, nice. Lots of stuff for the backwards compatibility stuff, like SSX, which I was playing, the 2012 release. And yeah, I actually liked it so much that I also additionally bought now SSX free, also for the Xbox 360, which I again can now play on my Xbox One. So I'm really looking forward for that as well. It's really weird. I'm looking forward to playing games on the Xbox, especially that they're not from this generation. They're actually from a different time. So
yeah, definitely.
It's a lot of fun with the snowboarding, all that, the system, the music also. It's like a different trip in time. It's like the second generation, or at least, or maybe even third generation of retro gaming, where you think like, oh, this is amazing. It's a different time period that I want to re-experience again. But it's actually like not even a full decade ago. But yeah, it's really nice. Another thing that we also been playing that you can talk about a little bit.
Yeah, so we earlier this week, I think yesterday, we played
definitely yesterday.
Earlier
this week.
When was it?
Actually, we started last week around E3.
Yes, we did. But yeah, so we played the Master Chief Collection. So we're working through that slowly. We got to I can't remember how far we got last night, but we're into CE, and I think we're into like.
We definitely went after the flood, so I think it was chapter 7
so
or
it was
something.
after the flood. We finished off the library mission.
Yeah,
so we definitely finished the library.
We definitely went after
and we found that Halo is a devastating weapon that destroys all organic life, or in a 25,000 light year radius.
Yeah.
So life is devoid.
It's not that much. You can only kill things up to 25,000 light years away.
It's fine.
Okay, if you say that.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah," when the other Halos follow suit, and you're like, "Wait, what?
What?
There's more. There's more."
Yeah, it's quite an interesting conflict, because I wasn't thinking like, what is Halo actually about? And when it started, it was like, oh, it's just a Covenant attacking, and of course we have to defend ourselves. But now this is like, oh, something got released, and we actually have to do something about that. And this is now the actual conflict about Halo 1, I think. Because we've reached far beyond the peak of the story, so we know it's just about this one. There's nothing behind that for this first release, I hope, at least.
Yeah, I think there's a couple more twists and turns, but otherwise, this is pretty much what the entire story is about.
Okay.
So
yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, that you're showing the clip from when I had my light off because everything was like super dark in my room.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can
But
see you properly, so I don't wonder
yeah,
about
no,
it.
it's because I've got a good light up here. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a new bulb that's slightly brighter, but yeah, it's definitely good. But yeah, the yeah, hopefully you will come along and we will try and have it as a weekly thing. We'll get all the way through. Definitely keep on playing and hopefully finish just before Halo Infinite releases, and we'll be like, we're ready. We've caught up. We're up to date. We got everything.
I don't know how much they said about how far Halo Infinite is, but if I remember correctly, it doesn't take that much longer.
No, I believe it's supposed to be directly after Halo 5.
No. The time window when it releases is soon. It's not like in 1 or 2 years to go. It's maybe like next year, I think.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if it was any later than like next year. It would be really odd if it was too long. But yeah, so do definitely come along. We would love to have you. And I'm having a great time, and I think, are you having a great time, House Test?
Definitely, it's the first time for me that I'm playing through this, and I feel quite happy about that. You're my guide as well on this journey, so it's good. And very soon, when I think Halo 3, when that comes around, you can also add more people, because you can play up to 4, I think.
Yes.
So even more co-op multiplayer fun. Yes.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely join us for that. And what else? Oh, yes, I have some slightly off-topic news, but more related to to what we've been doing here. So as mentioned earlier, I took a bit of time off from the new Byte as I was working on my university degree.
Yeah.
And earlier this week, on the Monday, I got an email through, and I have passed university. I have a degree in computer science, and I'm now looking for a job.
Nice. Cheers on you for that, man. That's awesome. That's big news.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. It was pretty much what I was expecting, grade-wise, but yeah, I have a degree, and I am my years were not entirely wasted.
And how many people can claim this? Like, surprisingly enough, not many. They at least started university at the beginning, right? So
yeah,
cool.
It was very interesting going from in the 3 years that I did it, where first year there were probably like 300 students in total in my class, and then second year there were about 200, and then third year it was no more than about 70.
Wow.
Because it dropped off a lot, and some of the drop-offs in second to third were going into a industrial placement, so they were taking a year and working in the industry, but there wasn't a lot that actually got places. So yes, I am very happy. I'm very happy with this result. So now I am looking for a job, and also I have more time to work on the new Byte. So hey,
awesome. Yeah, good luck for that, of course. I've been hearing a few things here and there which you were trying to achieve as the next step, so good luck, definitely. We'll announce it as soon as he's safe and sound, I guess.
Hopefully. So yeah, what's been going on in the news? I've had some rumblings, and I know there's some particularly interesting news for those of us who are fans of throwing balls at small animals.
Jesus Christ, phrasing! Yeah, so of course last year we had E3, and we definitely will have also a section about E3 as well, so very much highlights, I guess. We didn't do that last week, still mad about that, but whatever. So a few things that have been coming around this week is that, for example, Pokemon Go will finally get the update that I've been talking about, I think in the first year already, which is that we can have friends, that we can have best friends even, and that we can trade Pokemon between trainers, which is good as far as, you know, like, it does cost quite a bit, because just putting up the article here on the screen, there it is. So yeah, I think friends is quite easy. You can even have different relationships between friends, as I said before, so you can have even best friends, you can give each other gifts and all that. And when doing trading there, it really depends on what kind of Pokemon you want to trade, because a normal trade, and I can see it right here, costs like 100 Stardust. 100 Stardust is not much. You can get it literally just by getting through a few of the Pokestops and just swinging them to always get a little bit of that, or just catching some Pokemon on the way, like, I don't know, handful of them. But if you want to trade some really cool Pokemon, like legendaries, it actually will cost you like 1,000,000 Stardust. That can be made cheaper if you're doing it with a best friend. Damn. But it's still like 40,000. So that's quite a lot. So it's not like you can just trade your way through and get your Pokedex full within a few hours. It takes quite a lot of time if you want to do it like that. So trading literally is just if you want to have some weaker Pokemon, like base starter Pokemon or something like that you haven't found yet, but somebody else has like 2 of them, and he decides to share these with you. That's very easy to do now. I'm looking forward to have that in the game because a friend of mine has lots of cool things that I don't have. Because apparently it's used a lot of times to play as well, rather than myself, who doesn't. And yeah, so hey, good news, finally trading is coming. And I'm also interested how this affects Pokemon Let's Go as well, because in, I think November it was, when the 2 Pokemon Let's Go games are coming to the Switch, there will also be a connection, of course, to Pokemon Go as well. And yeah, so that trading can also affect that aspect of Pokemon Let's Go as well.
I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do in Pokemon Let's Go, but with Pokemon Let's Go, if they have the breeding system as they have in several of the other games, then it could be quite interesting for people to be like, okay, I can get you this Pokemon, and then I can trade it to you using the Pokemon Go system.
Actually, a good thing, because it's a remake of Yellow. They didn't have X. That only started with Silver and Gold. So if it's like a true remake,
just before,
yeah, it's not gonna happen that they have hatching and all that. But what they have also is multiplayer battles and multiplayer trading as well in Pokemon Let's Go. So there's another thing that we haven't talked about when it came around. Actually, since we're in this package, I guess, of news, for Pokemon Let's Go trading and Pokemon trainer fights, you will actually need the Nintendo Online subscription, which does cost you, I think, it's still the cheapest one for 12 months. I don't know the exact price anymore. I think it's something like around 20 euros.
I'm not sure if it's the same or less than Xbox. I think it might be
less. It's definitely less.
Okay. But that's interesting. Because I thought the Pokemon Let's Go system, they didn't have like multiplayer battles or anything, and the only way to do multiplayer stuff was through Pokemon Go, because that's what it seemed like they were.
They didn't talk at all about it in the initial release of the infos, and yeah, by now we know finally. Okay, it definitely has that as well. You just need the Nintendo Online membership, and I can see right now 12 months apparently will cost $20. So like,
that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Really not that much. So that's good. Yes. Yeah, and we also know that this will bring us like the virtual console versions of games, so you can play up a few selection of retro games from the NES and SNES era. We know, like, for example, you can play soccer, tennis, Donkey Kong, Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros, and a few more.
Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, even the Super Mario Bros 3, which is one of my best games of all time, still to me, because I just love to go back to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can play that soon on the Nintendo Switch as well.
Good stuff. I need to get a Switch. I need to get a job and then get a Switch.
Well, you now got the education, so the job just will be one step closer. That's good.
One step. My 12-step plan.
If you only wanted to play Pokemon Quest, I mean, apparently next week this game will also come out to smartphones, so maybe you don't need it right away, at least for this game. And yeah, Pokemon Quest came out, I think, a week before E3, when they just announced also Pokemon Let's Go and all that. Yes. So that actually is a free-to-play game or free-to-start game. You can pay for this stuff. And I still have to do the video about that, if it's worth it or not. I already did 2 videos about Pokemon Quest, which were more focused on the gameplay design and explaining what Pokemon Quest really is, because it's quite different. It's not like an RPG game, it's more like a real-time top-down strategy game where you are more like a commander than necessarily a round-based trainer, right? So it's a little different with the gameplay. And yeah, Pokemon Quest might be on mobile by next week. And
Oh.
although I almost finished it, I will still definitely go back again and play it on my phone, I think, because it's just that good as an idle game, just when you're on the train or somewhere, just like, oh, just go play it or something. And another thing is, since I paid very early on for the Nintendo Switch version, when I play it on my phone, I will definitely go and play the free version and have a direct comparison between these two states of being a paid user and being a free user for that. So definitely look forward to that. I will have two aspects of the game. I was thinking of doing this also before E3, but then I know it's like, might want to wait until there's the mobile version coming, and I'm quite happy that it's actually coming very soon, and I don't have to wait that much longer to finally have a comparison between free and paid user. Yeah. So that's the Pokemon block, I guess. Not much more happening there. Yeah, sounds good.
Pokemon Quest is something I might get into trying, but I need to get an Android phone first.
Yeah, it's still having Windows phones. So
yes.
It's.
I have had this phone ever since secondary school, so that has been over 5 or 6 years now.
Wow.
I've had this one phone, but it's like I'm not really for phones. I'm not really. I want the latest one. Phones is like if I can play games on it, if I can call people and text people, I'm good. I don't need a new one.
Yeah, I guess
it's starting to get to a point now where the games are just they're not. They won't play anymore.
They're getting really tasty. These apps. Yeah, it's quite different. I say that. Have you heard about the I think it was Asus, the Asus smartphone for games?
I think that because like there's an Asus one and there's a Razer one, isn't there?
There's a Razer one, but Asus now also does their own version, and I think I'm just looking it up very quickly.
Sure. I would like to get a phone that focuses maybe a bit more on gaming, but one that's kind of will last me a good few years. But I need to find a SIM package thing that will give me like unlimited data or something, so I don't have to spend like a week trying to.
I got you here. There we go. So this is the Asus ROG.
Ooh, that's a lovely phone. It looks so pretty.
It also has like other accessibilities, like you can have a cooling unit on the back, so the phone doesn't get too hot, which is
insane.
Nice.
Oh, I want it.
And there will also be a station where you can put it in, and you can play it like a Nintendo Switch necessarily. You have your phone, put it in a station, and then you have your mouse and keyboard and the image on your TV. So if you are playing, for example, PUBG Mobile on that phone and plug it into the station, you can play it like with all different sorts of accessibilities, and definitely have an advantage on everything. So yeah,
that is insane.
It's quite a phone.
Is it out yet, or have they not announced that yet?
I think it's not out yet, so you can buy it, but a lot of YouTubers already talked about it, so it's like a brand new thing that will come soon, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see any like data or anything here on it. It's just kind of like
it's like a news
post. What it looks like.
Yeah. I think it was just announced and all that, so it's still brand new and not being sold yet. But from what, for example, Linus Tech Tips and Austin were talking about this like megaphone, like it's just amazing. Can do all things.
Oh, it says available this summer, so give it another couple of months.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Red Hydra phone, and then at some point in time, in 3 years, maybe it will also be cheap enough so I can pay for it, because that has crazy stuff like a really good cam, holographic display, which people don't know still what it's about. The ones that tested it can't show it, because it's like a thing that you necessarily have to see yourself. But from what the people were talking about, it seems to be really nice as a prototype. So I'm waiting for this one as well. And so far, I'm just upgrading my iPhone, I guess, with my contracts and all that. So gotta wait for the good stuff. But it's definitely getting more and more crazy in the phone market, especially for gamers.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
really cool.
it's something I need to. It's been a long time coming. Just kind of like upgrade your phone, but Yeah, now it's the kind of time that I want to do it because there's so many good like companion apps or like Pokemon Go that I wanted to get a decent phone for. I did buy a knockoff Android phone called a Doogee. Something. Yeah, it's literally. I'm not surprised they haven't marketed it as like the Doge phone. It's
it
the
definitely
Doogee.
sounds like a knockoff one. Like it's not an Apple iPhone; it's like a pure phone or something.
The Doogee.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a great phone, and it takes forever to like do anything. So I used that for Pokemon Go for a while when I was testing it out when it first came out.
Okay.
And luckily the phone only cost me something like £40-50, so it wasn't too expensive. But yeah, definitely need to focus on getting a proper upgrade one.
Nice.
Send that one away. Give away finally. Right. So, what is next on the list?
With a few things. I'm just seeing that my image looks rather weird, so I have to figure out something out. Please bear with me for a second. So trying to fix
it
the
looks
image
like
here.
slightly squished.
Yeah, I just closed down a notification in Discord, but that apparently caused the window capture of OBS to just go ham. So I will very, very quickly just reset this, and maybe you want to talk about the next thing, which is Crackdown 3 on our list.
Yes, I shall talk about Crackdown 3.
There we go. Fixed
it.
Fixed.
That's interesting. Crackdown 3's original co-developer and series creator are no longer part of the Crackdown project.
Yep.
So it was announced that in 2014 and emphasized the return of the series creator with his new company would come back, but it seems like they have decided to go without him. I can't see what exactly what exactly their reason is.
Who knows? I mean, Microsoft has been sort of taking a lot of indie devs under contract, and maybe the way how you work with Microsoft isn't the best as always. So maybe it's just like taste. I don't want to be with the company anymore. Who knows? I don't work for them. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's one of these things where maybe it's just down to he's fed up with how like management is handling certain things, or Microsoft are fed up with like what his demands are for certain things for it, or something. But yeah, it's they've decided to go without. But it's weird. They had Regent Games, his company. They posted a job description in November 2017 on their official Twitter, and they said Regent Games are looking for a skilled games software engineer to work with us on Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
And emails and phone calls to Regent have gone unanswered, and since January 17, they haven't created a new post.
Oh, okay.
And the link is now dead, as is the rest of the company's website. So maybe it's not a case of Dave Jones not being part of the series. Maybe it's part of Dave Jones and Regent Games as a whole being like absorbed into something else, but they've not told anybody. Nobody said anything about it. It's just happened.
Could be.
Which is possible. But this article seems very like, because it is just the state of Regent Games is in question. They don't seem to know what exactly is going on, but there's a lot of things pointing to either it's been pushed away from it or it's been absorbed and nobody's just said anything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Crackdown 3 release is also now pushed back to February 2019. Hopefully not in the 22nd, because we'll have already 4 games on that date. So maybe it's like 1 week before that. Who knows? Maybe people can play at least one game before that big season starts, which was usually just for November. like in November, all the big games come out, or at least around the end of October. And now it's like February 2019. That's the next big step where you want to release games. Like all of them are releasing there right now. Metro Exodus, I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and two more that I just can't remember right away. It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's the news.
I think it is good that they are like pushing back on a game. I would personally rather them say, "Oh, we've got this awesome new game," but they say, "Okay, we're releasing it for this time," and then several months before, just go, "We want to take more time on it. Give us another year." I would rather I'd rather hear that, because that means that they're committed to working on the game and giving us a good finished product, not a half-finished product and we'll fix it after release with a bunch of updates.
Yeah,
because that's the kind of trend games have been looking for, looking at today, and I think Destiny is a good example of this, where it's like, oh, here's a game that is half of what we promised, but we'll give the rest of it with updates and DLC. It'll be fine. You'll get that. You'll get it.
Oh, by the way, Halo Infinite was supposed to be launched in that way.
Really?
With single player only and multiplayer possibly coming later.
See, now that, I would say, is slightly different, as it's kind of Halo as a whole has always been really a single player focused game, and multiplayer has always been a side thing. Whereas for something like Halo 5 and Halo 4, they wanted to take a more they wanted to break into the esports scene, so they wanted to change up the multiplayer to make it more, this is multiplayer in general and it's what you're used to. So I think that it's slightly better, because then it either says that they have two teams, one that's working on single player and one that's working on multiplayer, and they're releasing at different times, or it means that the people who are working in the single player are then going to work on the multiplayer later on. But as a person who plays more single player than multiplayer, that doesn't sound like an issue to me.
Yeah, and to me it sounds like bullshit, because this is different. Back in the end, or around the millennium change, yes, games came out like this, like single player, and they attach literally just multiplayer on it. Like so many different games, like Max Payne 3 even has a multiplayer game, where they're thinking like, why necessarily? But in the end, this is like a different time. I would think that it's actually a risk, like from a financial standpoint, that they are if they actually do it, like it's not unknown, it's still unsure if this will actually happen, but if they really plan to do it like this, single player first, multiplayer later, I'd say like, I wouldn't bet on this as an investor, for example. So it would be really interesting to see how this will work out for many people, like you, and probably for me as well. Just go, Halo Infinite, just buy it now, play the campaign first, and when the multiplayer comes, I will probably skip it, because, well, who cares really? But for a lot of different people who like just multiplayer, that's different.
I think though that if you play Halo, or if you love Halo as a series, you're not a ridiculous fan of the multiplayer. You're more focused on the story side of things. Maybe it has changed. Maybe
the Destiny community. The Destiny community, for example, just really loves Halo 2. Multiplayer.
Yes. Well, Halo 2 multiplayer was one of the best multiplayers. It was the first multiplayer for Halo, and it was done so well. And then, what was it? I remember a story about, it's more kind of like history for Halo, whereas when they announced that they were taking down the Halo 2 servers, there was like outcry around the world, and they were like, well, what we're going to do is we're going to close it down on this time exactly, and there was something like 14,000 players still playing at the deadline. So what they did was they were like, we'll leave it up for another 24 hours, and then it petered off until there was like there was one person, and they've recorded his name somewhere, but there's one person with a gamer tag that was there right up until they like shut off the servers, and he got completely booted.
Wow.
But he was the last person to ever play Halo 2 multiplayer officially. Yeah, single tears, I'd cry.
Isn't it back in the MCC though? So.
I believe they created an anniversary kind of mode for it. But yeah, this is the original one.
Right.
But yeah. you can go back and play Halo 2 multiplayer now, and everyone was super happy about it.
Yay!
But
cool. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Let's move on. The next thing that I have on my list is not necessarily gaming topic, but just in general interesting, because Instagram just reported they had 1 billion, that's 9 zeros, of users global. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
The company was launched in 2010, so it's like 8 years old now and has 1 billion users.
That's almost as much as World of Warcraft.
Crazy. Definitely crazy. And they also announced now a new app which is called Instagram TV, which allows now people to post long versions of videos, so they're not limited to, I think, 60 seconds. They can actually like play out like 4-minute videos, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out and see what happens with that. Just seeing it might be still like a proper 1x1, like a square video or something like that. But still, like it's weird how this thing came along. Like Instagram was literally just pictures, then they added multiple pictures. I think then they started with short videos, like Vine did. And remember, Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Vine was owned by Twitter. So Vine was shut down, went over to Twitter, and they said, like, on Twitter, oh, you can just post videos there if you want to, and they're like unlimited at least, or at least I think 3 minutes or so you can post in videos. Yeah. So still a good chunk of video you can post there. And now Instagram also then went on to say, hey, Snapchat, what are you doing there? And Snapchat was also doing, like, I think 7 seconds of videos or even less. I'm really
6, I think it was, or something. 6 seconds.
Something like that. So you can just post little videos of people that you follow, or people that follow you, and vice versa. Or you can also do like private sessions. And you had the story. So story was now added to Instagram as well, because we saw, hey, people are watching stories. Just people recording little chunks of stories on their lives. Like, hey, here's like 7 seconds. This is me. And then they continue on. They make a little compilation of mini clips from your day. And we should have done this, I guess, for the new Byte when I was over in London. Would have been awesome, but instead I just took pictures, because I'm that user who says this, like, I don't want to do videos like that. I want to edit them and control what I want to show and what not. So I'm still like a guy that fills a lot, I think, which comes on the internet. And now they have actually like a fully fledged TV app which allows you to play on longer videos.
When you said that, I was like, "Oh, are they trying to pull a YouTube? Are they? That's what they're trying to do? Is that where you're going with this Instagram?" But yeah, it could be, I guess, anything that they want to do, really. So
honestly, I hope that they do, because that means YouTube has a competitor that's actually worth fighting against. That'd be better for. We also have YouTube news, like not for our own, but something that I noticed at least. And just as a reminder, like Twitch also had, since they were acquired by Amazon, so that's another big guy behind one of these companies, they also had like video uploads and all that, so you can post videos on there. You have now also the option to premiere video, like what we did once, I think, for pre-recorded podcasts, which we then still had like a live show on a Wednesday evening, so that was really awesome to do. And different companies have all the different flavors of how they do these VODs videos, and Instagram as well will still have their own take on it, I guess, with their own community and all that. So it's definitely cool that they do it. It's not the same, definitely. And while it is something different, I hope that also YouTube has now a new force that they have to fight against and improve their own platform as well for.
Yeah, it's one of these things where, like, YouTube has had a technical monopoly for so long.
Quite.
There's loads and loads of rules about, like, companies can't have monopolies regardless of which country they're in. That's why, like, Microsoft bought Apple back in the day, because they could not have legally a monopoly on the system, and then Apple got so big and everything, and now they're both very hard competitors. But YouTube seems to have skirted that entirely, and they are the place that you go to watch videos.
There are also places like, I don't know, Vimeo, Dailymotion, and other names that I can't remember. But nobody has like the link to that.
Nobody's close enough to them to be a proper competitor. It's kind of like, oh, that's so sweet that what you're doing. But
especially since these services are all like having different restrictions on that. On YouTube, you can just start a new channel and start uploading infinitely videos.
Yeah. As long as you've got videos to upload, they are happy for you to upload it.
Definitely. So yeah, it's cool to see that with Instagram.
Yeah,
and check out our Instagram as well. It's Instagram whatever at the new Byte, of course, same thing as usual. And you can see also a few pictures that we took over when I was in London and when I was in Reading and all that. So if you want to see a little bit of our journey, and if you haven't seen it yet, check it out on our Instagram. You might like it. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. Not your boss. Right, so that is that. Oh yeah, the thing that I was talking about YouTube, actually, YouTube has shut down the Red program and now calls it YouTube Premium. And same thing, but the difference now is actually that more countries got access to it. Same as, for example, Germany. So I got to try out YouTube Premium, I think, yesterday. And you can get 3 months, I think, for free with free trial. And you can pay after that €8 per month if you want to keep this. It's basically the same thing. You get access to all the Red shows, which are now premium shows, I guess. You have the function that you can now download videos for offline play up to, I think, 30 days. You need to have an online connection to your account every 30 days to keep videos in your download folder. So if you want to leave the country, for example, and just watch YouTube videos that you have downloaded, you can do that up to 30 days. After that, you have to reconnect with the internet again.
Okay.
So that's the thing. It's cool, especially for people that like download music videos. So I think you can use it like a radio station or so. I'm about to sneeze. Like, it's really annoying. Like,
bless you, house desk. Bless you. Hopefully this will stop it.
And yeah, the thing that I really like is like playback feature. You can just go to a different app and it still continues to play. Something which was like apparently forbidden and only like a premium feature, and it's still a premium feature. But now that at least I can try it out, I can say like, whatever. If I wasn't,
is that on your mobile or is that on your PC as well?
PC. What?
So like the premium. So because I've never had a problem where like I'm listening to like music videos or something, and then I switch over to my like game or something, and I start playing it.
No. I just wonder because this sounds like a ridiculous thing, but yeah, I guess from my explanation, yes, of course, on desktop you can still do it. Like this is is only for mobile. These advantages that I've talked about, like downloading, background play, and no ads as well. These are all things specifically for mobile. You will also have no ads on desktop, and you will also have access to the premium shows both on mobile and desktop. Yes, so
interesting.
That works, of course.
Right.
But yeah, for the mobile thing, it's definitely cool that you can play your videos in the background. You can necessarily just turn off your display so you can save at least some part of battery for that.
Yes. That sounds like an interesting feature, but €8 seems a little bit much.
Yeah, it's just like not much what you can get for it because the YouTube Premium shows now aren't that many.
Because
Netflix is crazy with production with that. Amazon is crazy with production of original content and also licenses different content that you can watch for free if you're part, for example, of Amazon Prime Video. But with YouTube Premium, it's still like, it's a nice attempt, but I can't really say that's worth it.
Yeah, so maybe it's just because I've been out of the loop or something, but I haven't heard of any YouTubers creating a YouTube Red series in like 3 years. Or any of the ones that I watch. So it's like, yes, you can give me no adverts, and I can have all this cool stuff for mobile, but what other content is there?
Yeah, and you necessarily want to support, of course, creators, because if you watch a video of a regular person and they would have seen an ad, and you don't see the ad, they still get like a YouTube Premium view, which counts a little bit more in value than watching an ad. So if you actually buy premium and watch a lot of certain creators, this money will go into a big pot of which these specific creators will get a little more share just because of you watching their videos. It's not going to somebody else then. But I'd rather just support someone's Patreon than just doing that, I guess. Still more
well,
direct.
I think the main issue is like, you do have the pot where it goes into and everybody and your favorite YouTubers or the ones who are signed up with it and whatnot can access it. But wouldn't you just rather go on Patreon and be like, here's my favorite YouTuber. He gets all the money that I give him, not just a tiny percentage, and then YouTube takes the rest of it.
Yep.
So I think it's been working for a long enough time for them to be, like, warranty still having it, but it just seems kind of like that's cool, but is it really what you want to do?
Nah.
You sure?
You know what? Let's just hold the communication for that, and let's just go on with the next topic, because we're slowly running out of time. I think we have a lot of releases to talk about.
We gotta go first. Sum it up in one. Well,
the next topic is just very easy to talk about. CSGO and Dota 2 are getting their microtransactions or loot boxes shut down, and also the trading system for these games by Steam, because the Netherlands are suing them, and they request that they stop what they're doing with that, because trading especially is something that now counts as loot boxes in their legal sense, and now all the people that are living in the Netherlands are not able to just trade any CSGO or Dota 2 skins anymore. So, but on the one side, Steam is just really doing the bare minimum. It's not like they would really change the system to appease not just the Netherlands, but probably also the world if they catch up.
I'm not sure. I wonder how much that's going to impact Steam.
Not a lot.
As in, like, if the world catches up and goes, okay, we're cancelling loot boxes in the US, if we're cancelling loot boxes in the UK, and they're big markets, I wonder how much that's going to impact their overall.
I mean, Valve has definitely gone after different skin websites that just store them and sell them out. And they're using, of course, bots for that, Steam for bots. And you're not allowed to use this system for monetization reasons. So, of course, if you have something like a trading website for skins, and you use bots for that, of course, you're making money, and you count, of course, as a business, and that's not allowed. So, a lot of websites already got shut down, and that caused a lot of craziness around the traders. And I've been following it just really from the distance. Like, I've been collecting a few Steam skins back in the day when I was into that, and I really, really quickly stopped because I was seeing like how much money I lost, especially just buying crates and opening. And I was like, that's like a big minus. That's really not worth it. And I deeply regret doing that. I'd rather pay for a good mobile game instead and have the fun with that up front, honestly, and they're paying them like, I don't know, €5 for the game that they put in a lot of work, and then just say, hey, no ads for me, and a little bit of money from my side to you. So that's just a fair transaction. With this, I'm just not up for it anymore.
Yeah, because I did something similar where I started playing CSGO for a while, and they give you like a loot box and a key and everything as you're leveling up and everything. And I opened one and I was like, oh, this item's pretty cool, but it's not really what I want. So I had a look on the store. I had a look around, and I found all the skins that I thought would look pretty cool. And they were all under £1. They were like 20p or something, or 5p, or however much it was. So I put a little bit of money into my account and bought the skins that I wanted. And I was happy with that system. But it's really ridiculous because you can buy like a £10 crate, including the key and everything. You open it up and you get a skin that's worth 20p. It's like, that is the worst investment or worst monetary comeback. So it really is gambling.
Definitely.
Oh, well.
But since we're talking about money spending, since we're talking about money on Steam, just a little side note, there's also, since the GDPR, lots of information being opened up by Valve, what they collect and what they know about you. Apparently, for example, in CSGO, everyone knows now what they have been playing as. You can't see other player statistics, you can only see your own, but you can literally go back to every competitive match that you ever played. You can see what is the score, of what people have you been playing with, are they being banned by now? It's like crazy amount of information being collected there, especially if you've been playing like regularly for years now.
Yeah, especially if you're like a pro player or something, that can like having years worth of stats that you
Yes.
can just reference back to. It's like, look at my growth as a player. Like teams are going to want to buy more players than others just because of how the graph progressions are going.
Well, it's weird to say that you can see progressions on there, but definitely
You can probably extract the information and put it into like graph formats and stuff. I think teams would specifically do that with like how our teams.
yeah. Okay, I guess if you're trying to organize like an esports team, you want to see how well they're doing.
Oh no, there's my stats module coming in. Data mining.
I mean, if you are just into that business, you can offer it up for different sources. That's crazy.
Definitely.
Like, if the people want to use that and start working with that data, cool, I guess. But the different thing for the average user instead is something that I quickly want to talk about, and that is you can see now how much money you spend on Steam, especially on all these Steam sales. And it's just a very specific website that you can go on. You can have to log in, and just let me quickly look it up.
It's Steam's own website, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it's their very own website. And
I can do it from my Steam app.
steampower.com/en/account data/account spent. So if you go on that website, log in, we'll definitely tell you how much money you spent and how much money you've also given to your Steam account in order to pay for games. I'm very sorry.
Oh,
gotta get used to doing podcasts again. After we've been doing like 7 live stream reactions, 7 discussions on E3, and then taking a week off. Like, how do I podcast again?
That was honestly one of the most intense things that I'd done in a long time, just because it was like, all right, I'm gonna be up till 4 in the morning. I'm gonna get to sleep, and I'll be up at 7 again, and back to that again.
That was a crazy time, but I really loved doing it.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, do we want to disclose how much we spent so far, like roughly?
Well, I'm happy to, but I think, you can't. You don't seem to be able to get it through the Steam app itself. But I'm gonna.
You have to open it in the browser.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back onto my history because I had a look for a second. But I'm happy to say how much.
There are a website actually that guesses just based on the listings on your games, log to your account, but it's never like the real thing. And some people had website statistics that say like between $1,000 to $7,000, and then they actually went and looked it up and they said like, oh, it's actually 1,600. So it's not like the top amount, but rather really the low amount, especially if you're in sales now to that. So my personal value runs around $2,600.
Damn,
quite a lot.
Mine's about 1,000 behind yours. I'm only about.
I still don't know if they actually count keys that are just being added to Steam accounts, because if that value would also count, I guess lots of them I didn't pay for because of press keys and all that.
How much? How many games do you have though? Because I have only about 215.
That's not much. My library says 187.
100. Wait, what? Sorry?
487. I'm very sorry. I mispronounced. 487.
487. Wow. Yeah. So another 260 games, and more. I'll get that's a good grand's worth.
Yeah. Some of them are actually linked to Uplay and all that, but yeah, still the same thing to me.
I think most of my games I bought on like sales and stuff. There's hardly, and there's a lot of them that I got through like
Humble bundles, for example.
Bundles,
yeah. So the prices could still be off by a lot, because I really can't believe I paid that much over the short amount of time that I'm on Steam. But yeah, you can see right now through official means by Steam and not just by guesstimation. So that's nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Last part is the releases, as usual. I can't believe we've been talking for almost an hour again. This went on so quickly, especially because we had so much fun.
All right, we'll do it. We'll go a quick fire round. What's coming out first?
Again, that I don't know, but apparently it's a classic. It's called Another World, and that's one is coming to Nintendo Switch on June 25th.
Cool. Nice.
This one was called Out of This World, otherwise known as Another World or Outworld, outside of North America, and was one of the earliest games to use 3D graphics in a way that effectively mimicked the editing and camera movements of the film. It was a game that felt like it came from the future when it was first released in 1991, and now it's coming to Nintendo Switch.
That's insane.
That's definitely insane. So just quickly throwing the trailer up on thing here on the video feed. So that really looks cool, I think.
Cool.
It does have some cinematic aspects to it and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Something else. There we go. Yeah, you can clearly see how it's an old game. It's an old game remixed now for Nintendo Switch.
Looks really nice. For a game that was released in 1991. That's ahead of its time.
Oh, definitely.
Damn.
Yeah, so there's
so
that.
Pretty.
Another World. Next one is released for you. Interesting because what is it?
It is Nier Automata Become as Gods Edition for the Xbox One. That comes out in 6 days on June 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So the Become Gods Edition includes the 3C, 3C, 1D, 119.
You're getting around to read that. It's just they're getting all the DLC as well. It's like a
every single all the expansion,
Game of the Year
and
edition.
then all the smaller DLCs like skins, accessories, that kind of stuff. So looks good. It's coming out for Xbox finally. I can play it. I get Xbox achievements, and I don't have to get it on PlayStation.
Yeah,
where nobody will see my achievement.
I mean, you can see all the trophies.
Oh yeah. I don't have like gold or whatever it is. Well, I have gold on Xbox, but I don't have like whatever the PS Plus is. I think it is. So, oh well.
Next up, we have Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, which was usually only available for people that bought Far Cry 5 with the Season Pass. According to this now on June 26th, this one is also coming now available for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for anyone who just wants to pay for it. So if you want to go back to Far Cry 3, I guess something like a remaster or something, I guess. It definitely looks remade, so you can buy that.
Did I ever tell you definition of insanity?
They literally start the trailer with that, I think.
Yep, that was one of my first. That was the first Far Cry game I ever played, and oh my goodness, that was such a good adventure. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I think like 1 and 2 never really made it to the public. It was more like an insider game, but 3 was the first one which really got to be known everywhere.
Yeah, 3 was like the heavy hitter of Far Cry games. Like, if a Far Cry game hadn't come out in a while, Far Cry 3 came out. Far Cry 3 came out swinging hard, and then Far Cry 4 came out and it tried to be Far Cry 3 and never really worked. Pagan Min was alright, but he wasn't really he wasn't fast. Fast was just intense, like the madness, everything. It was so insane. That whole adventure was crazy. But yeah, definitely get it if you haven't got it already. And if you have got it, then hey, you're getting the Classic Edition. You get into it's coming out, and you can go pick it up on the PlayStation 4 store and the Xbox store.
And there as well, you can find on the same day, June 26th, the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Sorry, gotta look that up. But the guys that are the guys that also did
Life is Strange.
Thank you. Life is Strange, right? And this is now set, I think, a few months after the first game, and it's like an insight into the world before finally Life is Strange 2 is also coming, I think, next year or something. So it's for free, and it's coming out to PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and I really don't care. But you maybe care. Do you care?
I played I think I played probably around, I want to say under 50% of Life is Strange. Life is Strange.
I played it fully.
You played it fully? Okay. Yeah. But Life is Strange was a very emotional game, and I get very attached to emotional games, and I could not bring myself to push on forward. Maybe I will one day, but one day in the future. But The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit is a free game, so why not get it? There's literally no reason to not get it. So yeah, definitely check that out. The Life is Strange as a whole was such a good game. And if The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit or anything to go based off of how they did with Life is Strange, it's going to be a good game. So, a free, awesome game on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Definitely go pick it up. Definitely go get it.
Next up, we have again that I didn't thought about for a while. It's The Blob. That's coming to Nintendo Switch.
Such an old game.
Such an old game.
Not as old as the first one on our list, Another World, but
yeah, that is still older. But yeah, now it's coming to Nintendo Switch. I think it's June 26th. Most of the games that we talked about, I can't see the list at the same time I see the trailer here. But yeah, it's a fun little game. The Blob 2 is also out already, not on Nintendo Switch, I think, but on the other consoles. And yeah, if you want to see that cool game again, you can have a chance now on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Such a simple concept. Go around and add color to a world of black and white.
Yep. Apparently, I'm watching cutscenes instead of a trailer. Like, I've been opening the videos here, and since I didn't stop the video playback, I actually just continued to watch it in the background. Oof. Rookie mistake. Something else that is coming out and I'm really looking forward to is the Donkey Kong DLC for Mario and Rabbids Battle Kingdom. The game that's sort of XCOM with Mario characters and rabbits. And it's not only fun, it's also ridiculously humorous, and you have lots of options to play really bad. I had lots of attempts to retry again. And yeah, it's a fantastic game. Humor is on point with this one. It's not like rabbit humor necessarily, but more like a mixed thing, and also mixed with Nintendo characters as well. This time we have Cranky Rabbit, which is like Cranky Kong, but in the rabbit version. We have the original Donkey Kong, and we also see a character that we've seen from the initial campaign of Mario and Rabbids. So yeah, definitely gonna look forward to that, play that, and I think also review that for the website, and yeah, really looking forward to this new addition to the game. Yep. So yeah, what's next?
Good stuff. Right, so the next one is Fighting X Layer. So Fighting X Layer is a upcoming fighting video game developed by Akira, and it's a spiritual successor to the Street Fighter X series, and it features some of the many characters. So that's coming out for PlayStation 4 on June 28th. Not something I've heard of or seen, but
I was looking up this on the list and was thinking, okay, what is this? But it's another fighting game in the sense of Street Fighter, so if you're unhappy with Street Fighter 5, maybe this one will finally take up your interest. So that's coming on next week.
Yes. So we also have Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, coming out on the Switch.
Right, that's finally out there. And we also have another one. Where is it? Scroll. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is also finally been released to all the other platforms. That's not PlayStation 4 on June 29th. We have the PC release, Xbox One release, and the Switch release also for this trilogy of games. Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3.
Sweet. So yeah, definitely looks good. I have only played Crash Bandicoot inside of what's the game series called? Uncharted 4.
That bit. Yeah.
Such good fun.
I played a bit more
every time.
Yeah, I had to give the controller to a friend of mine because of what was that bad at it. So yeah, that's it.
But yeah, definitely a good game. One of the OGs of the genre.
And finally, on June 29th as well, we have 2 racing games. We have one MXGP Pro, which you can see briefly here on the trailer. It's like a motorsports racing game. It's like,
you go around a dirt track, you do it a few times, you win an award, you go off, you build better bike, you come back.
And
it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're a big fan of the series, then yes, awesome. You have the MXG Pro.
But what's more interesting? No. What's more interesting is the Crew 2, I think. Definitely the Crew 2.
Crew 2.
Also coming out on June 29th on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Crew 2 finally makes its way into the public after, I think, a closed alpha, closed beta, open beta now, and also finally the full release next week. Looking forward for this one because people were saying lots of good things about it, and yeah, what else?
Yeah, I liked the Crew. The Crew was good, but I think the one thing I really didn't like was the how they shoehorned you into a weird kind of like single player campaign thing where you had to go and beat a bunch of bosses, and it was kind of like, I don't really want to do that. I just want to experience America with my mates and just drive around, and like I want to do donuts on the Golden Gate Bridge. So yeah,
especially weird for Germans, because in Germany the main character, the voice actor of Son Goku from Dragon Ball Z, is just like, Son Goku's talking to me. Oh my god, so crazy. But yeah,
so the Crew 2, you have more vehicles, more variety, changing vehicles on the fly, and yeah, it's getting bigger, better, badder, madder. So
big.
But yes,
all right,
go check it out.
I think that's it for the podcast as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked it, show a thumbs up for the recording, and of course, if you were seeing the live version, hi.
Hello.
Hi. And yeah, we're gonna see you hopefully next week again, and very soon also in our travel vlog which we did in London and in Reading as well. And yeah, look forward to the future, man. It's gonna be bright, lots of things to talk about and see. Not many game releases necessarily, but I hope I can work on a lot more videos these days again. So definitely look forward to that. And of course, also our Halo playthrough, which we do on our Twitch as well. Most likely, hopefully twice a week. We'll let you know, of course, on our social media, which you can find at twitter.com, the new Byte, Facebook also the new Byte, and Instagram also the new Byte. If you want to see our Discord, go to thenewbyte.com/discord, and that's it for it. Our personal ads are here on the screen. You can see them there if you're interested, and of course you can also find us in our Discord server as well. So just check us out, man. Just check us out, subscribe.
Check us out. Why not? It won't hurt you.
No,
we don't bite too much.
We don't bite, we deliver the bites, but we don't bite.
We deliver the bites.
Definitely. All right. See you soon, guys, and have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.